Ghetto. You finna start the show. Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live. Thanks for tuning in. The best show on the internet for you, by us. BroTalkLive.com. We're always on the mark. It's your boy Jason, and we're here once again, three of us. So we don't really know where Bill is, so we hope he's all right, and we hope that he will join us a little bit later today. So prayers up. Solicit the prayer warriors. You know how black people get when someone missing for like 5 minutes. We get all worried, thinking something bad happened. So yeah, we hope Bill's all right. Dex, what up, bro?
Dexter Stuckey here. So excited to be here, and I just want to give a shout out to the Sixers. You know, they're up a couple points right now. It's like 80-66 Sixers, and it's the third quarter, so they're doing really well. So we just hope they can just bring it on home.
All right. Meek Mill also got out of prison today, right?
68 did. Sorry, and he did.
Well, did he get out on bail, so he has to go back or something like that? What's the story?
I didn't read the full scope of it. I've just been too engulfed in like being excited for this man that he's home now.
All right, Ty, what up, bro?
Here I am.
Oh, there we go.
Doing well. I'm not asleep today for the first time, which I don't know why, because I worked a really long day, but for some reason I'm just not tired. So
well, I should be that you have this energy. This is great.
It's that Meek Mill energy.
I think it's because they freed Meek Mill.
Yeah, they freed Meek. They freed everybody's energy up here. I'm happy for Meek though, just to get into that really quickly, because like think about it, this man legit has been in jail. I don't know how long he's been there.
It's been about 6 months.
I know he missed my birthday, which was in January. So he has like so many TV shows to catch up on. I'm so jealous.
Oh, girl. Do you think
What?
do you think he's gonna have to go back?
No.
I mean, of course, obviously, eventually he's gonna go back. But like right now, we're just celebrating that he's home.
Is he like the favorite son of Philly right now? Is he like the most famous person from Philly? Because it seems like the whole city was rooting for him.
Well, the second famous person, Dexter's number one.
Oh, well, congrats, Dex. You're now.
Wait, what happened?
You said you're the most famous person, so Mika's second.
You better cut that out. You better stop. you know it don't take much for my head to blow
up. Meek Mill, we wish you the best. There are a couple of people that were on our Bro Talk page that wasn't really excited about Meek Mill coming home. So we wish
why.
I mean, some people didn't like Meek Mill. I can't say I was necessarily the biggest Meek Mill.
You don't have to like Meek Mill. He was in jail for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to like a person.
But he was definitely reckless. Let's not dispute that.
Yeah, but I mean, not reckless enough to be back in
jail for 5 months.
Like if you're not excited,
I had no problem that he was put back in jail. My problem was that they didn't give him bail. I think okay, like he could have violated his probation and went back to jail, okay, and pay the bail and get back out. That's cool. But I just felt like them holding the bail was a little much.
The probation overall is my biggest issue with it. Like he shouldn't be on probation for something that he did at 19 years old anymore. I mean, if you murdered someone, I get it, but like with the way this case has turned out, where it's a corrupt cops and all that kind of stuff involved, like he really shouldn't have been on that probation. That probation period should have ended.
Should have been over. Like, why are you on probation? That's ridiculous. Like, stop following me around. If I commit another crime, put me back in jail. But don't follow me around. Tell me what I should and should not be doing. What do you do, like pop a wheelie or some stupid shit like that?
Yeah, he was popping wheelies with a shirt off.
Literally, like if I go outside now, we're not in this neighborhood. But if I go a little bit further down, they're probably doing it now. That's what people do.
But they're not on probation.
They probably are, Jason.
And if they're not on probation, not yet at least.
Well on their way.
Any day now. All right, BroTalkLive.com, right on the mark. We're gonna hope that, like I said, Bill comes today. If not, we're just gonna rock it out. So the first question we got, Dex inspired this question.
I'm so obsessed with this.
Cookout or coffee shop?
So look, you guys know how we always, as Black people, we always say like this person or that person is invited to the cookout, and we have like a list of people who don't look like us, and we may or may not allow them
like us.
Like they're not Black. So we may allow them to come to the cookout and experience the festivities. So now we feel like other people, like white people, they have their own thing too. Like all of them are invited to the cookout, and all of us, especially as of Esther last week, we're not invited to the coffee shop. So now white people say Now, white people can say, like, they can decide what black people they allowed to bring to the coffee shop. And you heard that here first.
White people aren't allowed to do that. Like, we are allowed to do that. White people are not. I don't want you to give them a thing because it's like probably going to start showing up.
Cookout or coffee shop. First up's Kanye West. He's been in the news over the last couple of days because he tweeted, and I guess he opened his mouth, which always seems to get Kanye in the news. He's tweeted this: "I love the way Candace Owens thinks." And if you don't know who Candace Owens is, she's a conservative pundit who likes to speak her opinions on her ideologies. Is it ideologues? How do you say that? Okay, no one's going to help. No phone.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, ideological. That's that word.
Yeah, but I was saying like the ideal. I guess just ideal. Okay. There's an ideological civil war happening. Black people that are focused on their past and shouting about slavery, and black people that are focused on their futures. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. Okay, I can guarantee you what you're seeing happening is victim mentality versus victor mentality. Victim mentality is not cool. I do not know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Quote, "I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow," which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did. And it's embarrassing that you utilize this history and you utilize their history and you come here with more emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. You're not living through anything right now. You're overly privileged Americans, end quote. And that is a quote from what's her name again? Oh, Candace Owens. Okay. And that's who Kanye seems to like. People gave him kind of flack and they were like, "What the hell, Kanye? We're still rooting for you. And now we forgave you for Trump and now you're going off again." So Kanye decided to tweet these tidbits. "We have freedom of speech, but not freedom of thought. Constantly bringing up the past keeps you stuck there. There was a time when slavery was the trend, and apparently that time is still upon us. But now it's a mentality." Guys, cookout or coffee shop for Kanye West? Which one is he invited to?
Coffee shop.
Coffee 100%. Shop, indeed.
100%?
I mean, to be honest with you, I would probably say the cookout only because, like I had an argument with a friend earlier today about this because he's like, "How do you feel about Kanye's controversial statements?" And he's a big Kanye West fan. And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see any controversial statements. What are you talking about?" And then he proceeds to tell me how, like, Kanye's talking about he loves Donald Trump, this and the third. I said, "Oh, that's not a problem." Then he goes, "Really? How is that not a problem? You think that's okay that Kanye West is supporting the man who," and then he goes through this laundry list of bullshit that Donald Trump does. And I'm like, "No, I don't think that's a problem. I don't think you think it's a problem either." He's like, "Oh no, I absolutely think it's a problem." I said, "Oh really?" He said, "Oh, absolutely." I said, "Okay, well, if you think that's a problem, then you shouldn't be listening to Kanye West's music. If you think that his statements are a problem, those statements are him. So you wouldn't be supporting this man if you really truly believe that his statements are problematic." No. You don't have to I don't have to separate the music from the man to support him. Like, well, his music is his influence. So if you don't want him to have influence, you don't want people to see the stuff that he's doing, and you don't want to give him credibility, then you wouldn't be supporting him. And if you continue to support him, you continue to retweet him like everybody's still doing, then you don't have an issue with these statements. You can't have an issue with these statements. So he can stay at the cookout with them. I'm always going to put him in a coffee shop. I always have put him in a coffee shop. But those of you who consistently retweet him and defend him, don't get mad now because this man has his own opinions. Keep his ass at the cookout and y'all stay right there next to him and pass the potato salad. Move on.
I don't want to. I feel like that was kind of like a sub to me.
It wasn't a sub to you, but look, let me tell you something. If the potato salad fit, pass it.
I don't agree. I mean, I don't agree with what Kanye says, but I'm not necessarily upset. I mean, it's his opinion. I mean,
and that's okay. I want you to have that energy. I want everyone who is going to support him to say exactly what you said. You cannot have a problem with what this man said and still say, "I'm gonna support him." No, like, don't do that. Say it is what it is. That's his opinion. Just leave it at that and just move on.
I mean, he's always been one of those people who thinks he's smarter than everybody else, and this is definitely on brand for him to have a differing opinion than everybody else just to prove that he's smart. I'm not saying that he's right or he's wrong, but that's just his personality. You know, over the years, he's gotten more and more narcissistic. He wants to prove that he's different and his way of thinking is the best. And that's just who he is.
I'm not surprised that Kanye West is a Donald Trump fan because Kanye West is very similar to Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
But do you really think Kanye West is a Donald Trump fan, though, or do you think he's doing that?
I just think he wants to be.
I think he wants to be talked about.
1,000.
Like, I think he's doing this because he wants people to talk about him. And to be honest with you, like, he hasn't released any music. And for a while, we really haven't been talking about Kanye West because of his music. So I think he does this stuff because he wants to remain relevant.
Well, I don't think he cares about Kanye. We were talking about Kanye. Remember, we ran this story about 6 months ago because Kanye had a mental breakdown and, you know, saying he was about to die and he was in the hospital and all this other stuff. Yeah. And we left his ass alone. And now he comes back out with the same bullshit and now he's getting attacked again. I just don't understand.
I don't think he's going to though.
Why do you keep inciting it if you're Kanye? If you don't want to go through all of this, I don't understand why you keep bringing it on. It makes no sense.
He needs the attention. He thrives off this attention. There's nothing else that he has going for himself that's going to get him this attention. The same way how his wife has to consistently jump on Instagram naked this is him. This is Kanye West's "I'm naked" moment. Like, this is what he does. Beyonce just killed Coachella. Meek Mill just got out of jail. Rihanna releases her lingerie line. Kanye's got to go on a crazy rant. Like, that's just how the world goes. It's like him being naked.
All right, TIP. He's I guess, has he been in the coffee shop lately? Where has T.I. resided? Is he invited to either? I feel like we've kind of, you know, got rid of him. And so
the last story we talked about T.I. was when he was on stage doing that Tupac tribute with that corset on. Ever since then, he's been quiet.
He had this to say about the Starbucks situation. We should reserve our right to stop spending our money at places that don't respect us equally, you know what I'm saying, until they have made some progressive steps to let us know how they plan to rectify the situation. I don't see no other answer. I think that for someone who knows a lot of big words, he sure doesn't know grammar. I think that if there's one thing that America has shown us is that there are two ways that you can get their attention: the loss of life and the loss of finances. Too much has been left undone when it comes to us being treated equally and fairly in this country. I don't have nothing personally against Starbucks. You just made that word unnecessarily long. I don't have nothing personally against Starbucks. The greater good of all man is my priority. He continued by saying, just an apology isn't going to get it. Every time we've been slighted, every time we've been disrespected, every time we've been devalued, every time we've been disregarded, it's always been a tweet or an apology. Oh, it's cool. No, there needs to be real action taken. And he also said that in light of what Kanye said, that he would like to sit down with Candace Owens, and he wants us as a Black community to tell her that he is interested in sitting down. Ty, after T.I.'s impassioned statements, is he now invited to the cookout?
With his grammar, absolutely.
That's disrespectful. Don't talk about it. Do you support what he said?
No, I think that Starbucks' response was appropriate. So I don't think that I mean, he has the right to his opinion, but I think that their response was appropriate. They had one employee, well, maybe a few employees who are doing things that they shouldn't do. They responded with something. They cost themselves money, probably more money than they would have lost from a protest, because there aren't that many people who are going to protest Starbucks, because a lot of people are addicted. So they probably lost more money with their own actions than they would have with the protests of Starbucks, with a few people not going. So I feel like their response was appropriate. They didn't sweep it under the rug. They had a big response to this. And although their company is not perfect, I think that the fact that they responded, and I think they did exactly what he's saying they should do. So I don't know why he has an issue with that.
I think Starbucks did an amazing job with teaching all those Black people racial training, because I've never seen, when I go to Starbucks, which is very rare, I always see Black people working there. So I feel like they just took a group of Black people and taught them how to treat other Black people. As far as T.I.
being with Black people, that's the problem.
That's true. As far as T.I. being invited to the coffee shop or the cookout, I want Uncle Tip to be on the grill flipping those burgers, vegan burgers, vegan burgers, of course, veggie burgers, of course. I want him on the grill flipping those burgers like a stir fry.
Ain't gonna be no veggie burgers.
A salmon burger for that.
A salmon burger, please.
You gonna send your ass to the damn coffee shop? Keep
light on the barbecue sauce, please.
Miss me. Daniel Caesar, up and coming singer, decided to put his name in the fray, saying, listen to the arguments of the opposition. it really can't hurt. Can only lead to a clearer understanding. Spot trends. We've all fallen for them, but we got to wise up. Also, society decides morality. Shit was okay 50 years ago. It's considered despicable today. That basically means morality and groupthink go hand in hand. No, I'm going to delete these because I'm no martyr, but I got to let them breathe for a second. And then he left us with a Martin Luther King Jr. quote. Men often hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they cannot communicate. They cannot communicate because they are separated. So he's preaching a little bit of togetherness and unity in this trying time. Dex?
You know what? You know who this reminds me of?
Who?
This reminds me of myself after my first semester at the HBCU. I was at the cookout preaching. I was giving them Dr. Poe realness. Dr. Poe is a professor at Lincoln University, for those of you who don't know. I was out there giving them the lessons, you know what I mean? So like, you got to bring him to the cookout, let him sit in the corner by himself. He's probably vegan. Let him sit in the corner by himself and stop that mess or whatever. You just got to love your cousin from afar. You got to love him so he can sit in the cookout.
Thai coffee shop?
Now look at the way he looks. You think they ain't put him out? They're putting him out the coffee shop.
We got
but to accept our brother, he has what?
No, so we got to protect him.
We got to accept our brother. He's the cousin that, you know, like Dex said, like he's that cousin. Just let him marinate.
And last but not least, Cyhi the Prince. You guys do not know who this is, do you?
No idea. He can go to coffee shop.
I thought it was Q-Tip at first, a vibrant thing over there.
I thought it was that dude, that producer guy that sings with the high voice.
He's one of Kanye's disciples. And
coffee shop indeed.
We don't even need to go there. Okay, there we go. All right. Next question. How tough a situation is this for his kids? And by his, we're talking R. Kelly. R. Kelly had a documentary BBC released called R. Kelly Sex, Girls, and Videotapes. You can check it out on YouTube if you are interested in watching it. It's a very detailed account of people close to R. Kelly, situations that R. Kelly was in, and how he basically, like Vince Staples said, is a piece of crap. But a lot of stuff has also happened in R. Kelly's life, including his attorney has quit, his executive assistant has quit, and the Rolling Stone also reported that his publicist resigned as well. Now, the attorney said that it was unrelated to R. Kelly's personal life, but on April 9th, a 19-year-old woman filed a criminal complaint against R. Kelly, claiming that he knowingly and intentionally gave her an STD. And they said that these offenses occurred while she was being groomed to join R. Kelly's sex cult. TMZ caught up with R. Kelly's daughter somehow, and they have people everywhere. I have no idea how they tracked this girl down, but they caught her. And this is what she had to say. I don't have much of a comment. It's very close to my heart. It's just hard because family matters, you know, but overall it's hard. I try not to speak about it too much, but it is what it is. I feel terrible. When she was asked about if they had a close relationship or not, she said, I mean, we're family, so we're going to deal with each other. End quote. How bad do you feel for the daughter here? And what type of responsibility do you think that she has in this whole ordeal? None, some, just to at least either talk to her father or try to figure out what's going on. Dex, what you think?
I would say none. My dad currently shares like fake news pages on Facebook like all the time now. It's so embarrassing. Like, he literally shares. It's like all these fake news stories or whatever. It's one of those things like if you just look at it like that, like you know that that's not real. And it's just so embarrassing. And I look at like I'm like the same situation this girl's in. Like don't question me about nothing that this man does, posts, or says. Like that's not my business. Like you go to him, deal with him. And if I was a daughter, I would be like, why didn't y'all do nothing about this years ago? Don't come to me now when y'all were the ones who knew about him doing this stuff decades ago. I'm out.
Okay. Todd, do you feel any type of way about the daughter even speaking on this at all? I mean, if I was her, I probably wouldn't even spoke. I just would have kept it.
I mean, she has the right to speak. I think that she has an opinion and she's allowed to speak it. But I most certainly wouldn't if I were her because, like Dex said, that's not her responsibility and her business. Is not her problem. Like she can't do anything about R. Kelly, just like obviously the prosecutors can't do anything about R. Kelly. So how is she supposed to?
Right. Amen. All right. Cool. Moving on. We're gonna play a little game called the Grab Bag because we got about 5 minutes to kill. And
you was in your bag today. You was really getting it in.
You like it? No jizz time today, so we're just gonna roll with the topics because it's a pretty busy week. So let's go. Grab bag. Let's pick some stories. We got a story about Wow Bow, of course. Tiffany had
no.
Shut up, Haddish. Seems like we talk about these two every week. Amazon. That bottom left one. If you don't know who that is, Ty, do you know who that is?
Is that Trina?
That is not Trina, actually.
I thought that was Trina. If it ain't Trina, I don't know.
Dex, you have a guess?
I literally was gonna say Trina. I thought it was the baddest one.
I had the baddest one.
Ain't that what she called herself? The baddest?
That's Farrah Franklin, former member of Destiny's Child.
Oh, that is her.
That is you.
Girl, that is you.
Or Sarah Palin. So let's just start with
I
one.
definitely want to hear about Sarah Palin.
Absolutely. What's she doing?
Is it a rap for Sarah Palin?
Been a rap. What you mean?
She's
Never.
now selling flat tummy tea
Go ahead, girl.
on Instagram. As a busy mom, I need all the energy I can get, but coffee makes me crash midday, and I dread feeling sluggish and not so super kid friendly. After visiting Bristol, she raved about Team Blend Skinny Tea that she swears by and has been using forever. So I gave the teas a shot. Amazing. So has she fell off, guys? Is she good? Is she done for good? Do we not have to worry about Sarah Palin anymore?
Put a fork in it. This might be worse than that 2020 interview that she did that tanked the damn election. Like, you can't get no lower than selling flat tummy tea on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Oh shit, that's
my God, Sarah.
But just for the record, there are reports that say you can make a lot of money doing like like $200,000.
Is anyone looking at Sarah Palin as like body goals though? Like, isn't that why people sell that? Because like they are using their like fitness to pretend that the tea helped.
Yeah, basically. You don't think people look up to Sarah Palin? All right, who are we going with next?
Let's go with Farrah.
I would like to know why Trina is doing her thing.
Trina. Should Farrah be invited to the next reunion?
No.
That's a question that she asked. She was talking to TMZ about the Destiny's Child performance at Coachella, and she said they killed it. I was happy to see them together. You can't deny the performance and the love between the girls. They did a great job. If the opportunity arose, I wouldn't say no to a reunion, including the original members. But until then, I'm just working on my stuff. She said she had a song out with Mano, and she's dancing and doing all this stuff. So good for her. She said she's proud of the girls. They definitely are missed. It's been a while, and I'm happy to see them all going their own ways and doing their own things. It would be a blessing for us to get together and reunite and just to put everything negative in the past and just look forward to a positive future. We're all adults now and older, and I know the fans would love to see it. I have positive hopes, and I'm in a different headspace. Call me. What are the chances you think Beyonce gonna call her?
First of all, before we go in,
it's gonna be good when he started off for first of all.
before we go in, I would like to say that I do appreciate the way she handled this question and situation, because I felt like anybody who asked her anything really was looking for shade and didn't get it, and so I do appreciate that. Like, I don't think anybody like asked her and really wanted her to respond this way. I don't think they were expecting that, so I do appreciate that. However, girl.
Dex, you think Beyonce gonna give a call back? Call me, man.
You know, I was talking to people like over the weekend, and I was saying like I think that she should have like during the Coachella performance.
For what?
Just because it's like a nostalgia type of thing where it's like when you bring the girls back, like I think you've never seen it before where she brings back like all the rejects from like the crew or whatever. And I think that would have been like a really good look for everybody just to see.
So what would you do? You would like do like the old people would do. Everybody would do the songs that they actually did. Is that it?
I mean, I don't know. I would want something with all of them on there together. So maybe you could even like come on, like dance or whatever, do like a little routine.
The only song they did was singing "Say My Name." I think that's the only song.
Yeah, like I think we can start off with like "Say My Name" or whatever. Even have Michelle out there for "Say My Name." She ain't doing nothing anyway. But have them all out there doing "Say My Name" or whatever. Like at the beginning of it, just do "Say My Name" or whatever. Michelle comes up. They do Survivor. They move into Bootylicious or whatever, and then they do like "Lose My Breath," and then like they end.
Wasn't there only in "Say My Name"?
Yeah, she was only in "Say My Name." So I mean, she would just have to exit.
Like by the time Survivor came out,
she might as well be one of them band dancers in the back. She could just get away with that.
I just don't think the fans. I think either the fans like the trio or they like the original. I don't think anyone was a fan of the Destiny's Child, "Say My Name," those four random girls, and they just dropped off the one girl. I think that was a very strange thing to do, and people kind of just ignore that. So I don't think anyone is a fan of hers. Like what?
I think it's more so the songs though. Like people like this, you know what I mean? Like people like.
She wasn't on the song because they had already recorded the song when she came along.
Oh, for real? Video. Oh, you must have watched one behind the music or something like that. I didn't know all this stuff. Like,
you watched the unsung affair.
I thought she was the. Damn, I thought she was. I thought she was
the songs. The whole album had already been recorded by the time the two rejects came along.
Wait, so it was just Beyonce and Kelly on all? Oh, never mind. I forgot how Destiny's Child went. It was Beyonce on all the songs.
You know, Beyonce does a lot of background vocals too. If you ever hear, she did a lot of like. It was time for her to stop that Destiny's Child stuff.
We got 3 minutes. What you want to go with, guys? Amazon, Bow Wow.
I really don't care what Tiffany
has. What Amazon is doing.
All right. Are you letting Amazon? You gonna let Amazon put it in your trunk?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I love Amazon.
So y'all know that was Ty that said that.
Do what you want, Amazon.
Nothing's going in this trunk of mine, but go ahead.
Have your way, Amazon. Amazon announced today a new service that gives its workers or its carriers access to your car, and for the purpose of leaving package deliveries there.
That's right.
But rather than using smart locks and a camera to gain entry, Amazon wants to use the technologies embedded in many modern vehicles today. So the company is launching this new service in partnership with GM and Volvo. So if you have a GM and a Volvo car, you can participate in this. To access the new service, you'll need to add your car to your Amazon Key app and include a description so they can locate it. Amazon says it never has access to your login details and that all communications between the company and the car systems are encrypted. So, guys, are you going to let Amazon put it in your trunk?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
But I would like to interrupt this broadcast with some breaking news. So earlier in the show, we did a very cool segment, which I hope sticks around, called Coffee Shop or Cookout. And we talked about Daniel Caesar, and we said, you know, like he's that cousin that's kind of like ranting and raving, so we got to let him stay into the cookout or whatever. I changed my mind. We're going to let him go to the coffee shop. It's come to my attention that Candace Owens, she tweeted out, "We survived centuries of slavery and decades of Jim Crow, only to turn around and give up our freedom to think. The left has understood that, and you control the mind. When you control the mind, you control everything. They took Black fathers, Black education, and Black culture, and we let them." Daniel Caesar decided to like that post. For that, sir, you take your ass down to the Starbucks.
Maybe he's still fine.
And you let them deal with you over there.
Okay. Oh, Daniel Caesar, you got banished to the coffee shop. Not that we needed this segment today because clearly, girl, I mean, this is all we've been talking about today is racism. But, you know, there's more. Like, there's more. Unbelievably. Waffle House has become a very dangerous place for Black people, apparently. 4 people were killed over the weekend at a Waffle House in Nashville, Tennessee by, as Charlemagne calls them, a member of the Vanilla ISIS. And this person has been arrested, taken into jail, and not roughed up in the least bit. So he has been taken in jail. There's been another bizarre situation that's happened in the Waffle House. A woman by the name of Chiquisa Clemens was arrested on Sunday by 3 white police officers inside of a Waffle House early Sunday and charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. Video of the arrest shows officers arguing with her before pulling her from a chair onto the tile floor in an effort to handcuff her. In the process, her top is pulled down, exposing her breasts. She screaming, "What is you doing?" And the cop responded to her by saying, "I'm about to break your arm. That's what I'm about to do." Now, they've gone into details. The video's out there. The video does not show the events that led to the arrest, but the woman's mother told the news that the incident began when she requested plastic utensils with her order and was told that it would cost 50 cents. She told the employee that she had not had to pay for her plasticware at the same restaurant the night before, at which point the employee canceled the order, and then that's when Clemens asked to complain to the manager. The Waffle House spokesmen say that, there was some difference in their accounts of the events, and the main difference being that she dropped the F-bomb, and that's why they say that the cops had the right to apprehend her. Several people staged a protest in the Waffle House parking lot on Sunday afternoon. Angela Rye, who is a political commentator and podcast host herself, tweeted this: "Boycott Waffle House. If we are to ever adequately address police brutality and profiling, we can't spend our dollars where our bodies are not respected. This applies to every entity that won't stand with us in the face of injustice." Waffle House, for their part, has come out and said that as the evidence that they have, it seems like that the arrest was warranted. So guys, should we boycott Waffle House? What you thinking?
Like, first of all,
I haven't been to Waffle House in 10 years.
I don't fool with Waffle House anyway. I don't eat that kind of stuff anyway. But at the end of the day, like, we have to stop with this boycotting stuff. Like, we seriously must stop. Like, I mean, like, every other week, we've boycotted H&M, we've boycotted Starbucks, we're now boycotting Waffle House. Like, enough is enough. Like, you don't
think anything's changed? You don't think it's helped anything?
Nothing's changing, and it's just getting irritated when every time you turn around, like, we're calling for another boycott. Like, we got to do something better than this. Like we just have to do something better than just boycotting everything. Like, yes, don't spend your money there if you're not welcome there or whatever, but, like, please, like, stop it with the boycotts. We have to do better than that.
I don't feel like, I don't know, sometimes I just don't go to these places enough. So
sometimes, but hold up. I just want to hop on Dex's train real quick. Sometimes boycott doesn't mean protest. Boycott just means you're going to consciously not spend your money there.
But, like, and I'm with it. Like, I'm here for that. Like, but, like, it just gets old after a while. Like, I just feel like if you do the same thing over and over and over, it just becomes repetitive. And, like, these companies aren't going to change because, like, the behavior is not changing. Like, when we call for these boycotts, like, they don't last long. The companies put out an apology, they do what they have to do to fix it, and then it's back to normal until they do it again. And it's just like, it's just becoming, it's giving me a headache at this point, because it's kind of like,
in some part I do agree. I don't agree with Dex ever 100%, but in some part I do agree. In that I feel like if we're going to put something on the boycott list, we would have to permanently put it on the boycott list. Like, and then black people would have to replace it with something better. And then we'll spend our money there. But I just don't think people generally take the boycott seriously, because a very select few do it. And so their money is not significantly affected the way we need it to happen for change to actually go into effect. So I think that's the biggest problem. It's like, yeah, people are going to boycott Waffle House. Like, if I don't go, there'll still be those thousands of college students who go to Waffle House late at night.
Amen. All right, cool. Time for Q&A. I was going to do another one, but we kept it too low today, so let's pick it up.
Q&A, this is the part where you participate, and we really give our expert. I've been very proud of the advice that we've been given lately. Like, I don't know if we're wiser and smarter and better than we were before, but it's a very big possibility.
You're welcome.
Don't cut me off. So topic number 1, bill me later.
Ooh.
Topic number 2, work kitchen.
Repeat from last week.
Topic number 3, plus ones. I like that one. And topic number 4, hype ass boss.
Hype ass boss.
You might be able to get more than 2, right?
Yeah, you might be able to. We don't got no jizz of time today, so we good.
I like 3, so you guys can pick one if you liked.
You said you like 3. 3 was a good one. I mean, of course you would like 3. That's like a question.
I specifically wanted to answer 3.
I'm being told that we need to do number 1.
Okay, let's do number 1 and number 3. Let's start with those two, and then we'll see what we got after that. All right.
I'm being told. Our producers are telling us.
Oh Jesus!
Right.
I can't stand when y'all write these books.
Oh,
they're always books. Like I really do like to do I can get a quick question in so we can debate. My coworker and ex coworker want to link up, catch up, so they scheduled a happy hour for the three of us. I really didn't want to go, but for the sake of the networking, I decided to stop by. I got caught up at work, so I showed up another hour after them. When I showed up, they had already ordered drinks and appetizers for themselves and ordered more when I got there. I purposely ordered happy hour items between. This is about to be one of those. Should I have to pay? Let me just read it.
I thought you read the questions already.
No, I didn't read this one. I'm sorry, I got caught up. Something happened. I purposely ordered happy hour items because my checks aren't cashing, and I really didn't want to spend too much money. When the bill came, my coworker voluntarily covered the bill and told us to just Venmo her the money. When I asked how much I owe, she said she'd figure out the math later. Okay. I never seen the bill, which was a mistake. Come Monday morning, I got a Venmo request for her for $30. Girl, what? My purchase came up to $15 before tax and tip. So my total should be roughly $20. I don't think that this is a situation where we should be splitting the bill evenly because I was not there the entire time, nor did I have any of their nasty ass appetizers. I often let things like this go, but I feel like this girl is using that good old privilege and trying to get over on me, play me like I'm dumb. So I called her out on this. Should I call her out on this or just pay the $10 and go on about my business? It's your money. Do what you want.
I don't know. I feel like you have to pay it because of the one line that you said. You asked her how much your bill is. That's where you messed up. Like when you have situations like this, you look at it like, okay, I will send you the $20. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say like, oh, how much is it? Because then think about it. This girl, she was there. She ate them appetizers. She realized the appetizers wasn't on like the happy hour menu. And then like she got home and she's like, damn, I need gas. So she put gas in her car and stuff like that. And then when you text her on Monday, like, oh, how much I owe you? She said, oh yeah, you do owe me. I'm gonna have to charge you $30 because I need gas money now. So
yeah, she should have. You should have looked at the receipt.
You got to pay it because you didn't look at the bill.
Oh, you should have just took the bill.
In some way, like I feel like you really shouldn't have. Like that should have been handled in that moment. Like, can you just avoid her and just not give her anything?
You gotta give her something.
No, you don't, because they said networking too. You don't want to mess up a networking situation for $30 or $10.
Right.
But you won't catch me out with you again, though.
Catch me outside. How about that?
I remember this one time I went to dinner with Will Ty and one of their friends, right?
No.
And the bill came or whatever, and it was like the one person. First of all, we went to the restaurant, and the person's like, "I'm not paying for anything. I just want to get water. I don't want to drink it." They complained the whole damn time. I'm just like, this will be the last, and it has been the last time.
Oh, this is
the last time I ever saw Dexter.
Because I just couldn't do it. It was like, why do you hang out with people like this? People who get crazy when the bill comes. You can't be around me. Like. I can't do it. It literally makes me itch. Like I can't do it.
Or Dex in like 5 years.
Kathy, it was real annoying. All right.
That was not her, first of all.
Moving on. Did we give our advice? We good?
I think so.
I think
Dex said pay her, and I'm like, okay.
I say pay her too. All right, Tom.
This is interesting. Quick question. If either of you invited someone to a wedding without a +1, but the person who was invited offered to cover the cost of the +1, would you let them bring a +1?
No. I think it's rude of you to ask me that, to be honest with you.
Why?
Like, just saying, like if somebody invites you to a wedding, right? that means they've accounted for you. If they didn't give you a +1, or if they gave you a +1, or if they've accounted for you, they put money out for this. Like there's a table setting. There are things that go into this. There's a reason that you were invited. It could be money. It could be because I don't know this person. Whatever the case may be, the person wasn't invited, so maybe I don't want them there. Whatever. For you to come to me and be like, "Oh, I'll give you money to put this person on there," like no, like that is like. Things are planned out accordingly, and if everybody had this same mindset that you have, it'll be somebody else's wedding because everybody's gonna bring a +1 because they can pay for it. No, absolutely not. Don't ask me no questions like that.
First of all, I'm like, all right, go ahead and Venmo me the money. But once you see how much money I paid per plate, you're not gonna believe it, and then we're gonna be fighting, and then you'll be writing in the bro talk saying, "Oh, should I pay this money that you owe me?" So I'm not doing that. Like if I don't give you a +1, I'm just not going to give you a +1 because you're right. It's not always just about the money. Sometimes it's seating arrangements, things like that you have already. That I don't know. It's just no.
But I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking. If you don't ask, how will you know?
But you're assuming that the reason I'm not letting you bring a +1 is because I don't have the money. But that might not always be the reason.
No, but someone asked to come to my wedding. They said, "Hey, can I bring someone with me?"
I think
it was like a family that said I'm willing to pay, and they were like, "How much is it?" And we told them it was like $150, and they was like, "All right, cool," and they paid it, and that was fine.
I just think that's rude to ask.
They asked very early though, like they asked when we first sent out.
In general, I think that's rude to ask. I just think that's just not appropriate to ask somebody. Like they weren't invited. Like you're there to celebrate me. Why do you need somebody else?
There may be room. Like they
could have done what I did and just insisted you bring a +1 and like absolutely refused and protest.
Could have. I just think you never know until you ask, and there's nothing wrong with at least seeing whether or not.
Maybe that is polite though. Now I think about it, because a person did that to me. They didn't offer to pay. They just like kept asking until.
Okay, well, I'll let you guys know this. When I do get married, if you don't get a +1, and you ask me, can you have one? The answer is no, and you will not.
Let me tell you something.
He's not. I don't think he's talking about us, Jason. I think he's talking about the people, because clearly we're married, so you wouldn't be able to do that. And have a
no, I'm just saying in general. For me,
he's talking about the viewers, not us.
Oh, okay,
like clearly we have +1.
Okay. Yeah,
Jason's
like,
gonna have like
one given a +1. Don't ask me for one.
Jason's gonna have like +5 by the time Jessica's married.
Don't try me. Getting it in.
Now one more. I kind of want to do both of these. These are both pretty interesting. Which one looks better or sounds better?
We don't have all day. It is 10:47.
Work kitchen, I think.
We only have seats in the BS report.
Let's do work kitchen.
Oh, well, I'm not doing work kitchen.
Come on, Ty.
Why this?
I'll read it.
Literally an essay.
I'll read it. I have a question about how best to call out and address food theft and bad kitchen behavior in the workplace. Most of our staff is very respectful, and we have systems in place to keep our kitchens clean, but people are trying it and me. There are some communal dishes in the kitchen, and a few of us bring our own mugs. I've occasionally had my mug borrowed if I've left it too long in the kitchen after cleaning it, which for the most part is fine if they clean it and put it back. But a few weeks ago, I found my mug in the kitchen covered with oatmeal. There was literally a thick sheet of oatmeal on the inside, outside, and on the handle. It looked like it had been dunked in a vat of oatmeal. It wasn't even rinsed. Whoever had made the oatmeal had left it out to dry into concrete on my mug. What's more annoying is that I've had a bit of food and drink stolen too, a few sodas. I can write up as harmless, but it's happening more frequently. Just a little while ago, I had an entire box of snacks stolen out of the fridge. And then just yesterday, I came into work and found that someone had opened up a Ziploc bag that had my breakfast in it and helped themselves to some of it. It's just becoming brazenly rude at this point. Do you have any advice about what to do? I have absolutely no idea who it is. For a while, I was resigned to venting to a few friends and writing it off, but because behavior is getting worse, I want to proactively try to call out the behavior and address it. Post-it notes or a message in the general office Slack are tempting, but I don't want to be the kitchen police, and I don't want to sour an otherwise good office kitchen culture. What should she do?
I don't have that type of job. I really don't know.
First of all, I think you're wrong already when you're saying that you know that this has happened to you before and you didn't say anything about it. Like, that's disgusting to me. Like, why would you ever want somebody that works with you to drink off of your mug? Like, I would have thrown that in the garbage. Like, that's nasty.
Even if they washed it?
No, like don't ever think it's okay to drink off a mug of mine. Like that is so nasty.
Like, when you go to a restaurant,
you go to restaurants that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like literally, I always think about that when I'm at restaurants, and I'm like, "This is so nasty that I'm using a fork that somebody else used." And in my head, I'm like, I'm probably using the fork of a person who has some type of like disgusting STD or does like nasty things or whatever. Like, and I'm using that same fork. I swear, I always think that when I go to restaurants, and like I always wipe the forks off or whatever, and then I pray over it because I'm like, I just.
So why can't you just wipe the mug off and pray over that?
Because it's mine. Like that's a different situation. Like if I go to a restaurant, I don't know that somebody else has used this fork. For all I know, it could be a brand new fork or whatever. But still, you know that that's not your mug. You did not bring that mug into this establishment, and you're gonna put your damn lips on it and drink it. That's so toxic.
And then make oatmeal in it.
And then for you to know that somebody did that, and then you turn around and you still drink out of it. Like, why does the oatmeal thing bother you? Clean it off so somebody else can use it again. Because clearly you're okay with it. Ew.
I just think like I've cleaned oatmeal off of a dish that was like left, and it's very difficult. And I don't know if you have the tools at work to even do that. Like that's like
you don't. That's why the other person didn't do it. Take it home and clean it off and bring it back the next day so somebody else can use it.
I'm gonna have to take that home and clean it appropriately because it's very difficult to clean. Like I get upset if someone eats oatmeal and it doesn't clean out right away because it's very difficult to clean oatmeal out of anything. So
not if you eat it all.
You know what it feel like? It feel like them ceilings of your apartment.
Right, like those little popcorn ceilings, like they just like it's very difficult to clean. So I would be upset. However, why not be the office police? Somebody always has to be the police somewhere.
Should have been but you can't be the police now because somebody did this oatmeal stuff to you. You should have been the police before when somebody was drinking your stuff and eating your stuff.
But how do you do it and you don't know who it is?
You write a letter. You write a letter, you post it on the refrigerator. You write a letter, you post it on your items. Like, this is mine.
You remember when one of our roommates put a sticky note on the microwave?
Yeah, he told you to please clean it up after each use.
I think they should do that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, don't be
a post-it note somewhere.
A dirty person.
Like, put a post-it note on your mug and say, "Whoever used my mug."
No. Put a post-it note on your items that you put into the refrigerator. That mug is your responsibility because you already let that be a community mug.
All right. Well, there we go. I think that you should definitely just keep your items to yourself. I don't think you should put them in the community area.
You guys have office cultures like this? Yeah. I have like my own office with my own stuff in it.
Oh, okay. Own office, own stuff.
I have like my own refrigerator, all this other stuff. So I'm just like,
very nice. I mean, I share a refrigerator with a team of about 8, but you know.
Oh, I don't really use like the office refrigerator. I typically like go out for lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, you got money.
To avoid stuff like this, because otherwise I'll be using the office refrigerator.
Yeah, I pretty much go to lunch a lot too.
Yeah, why can't people just put like a little mini fridge in your office or something?
You know,
assuming they have an office.
Probably have a cube. Yeah, that's fine. A lot of people have cubes.
I have a little cube.
I'll stick that in my cube, my refrigerator, in my cube, this room.
All right. For more questions, hit us up on our website, brotalklive.com/questions. Just the time we'll make a return next week. We had a front-loaded show today, so I knew we weren't going to have time for the Just the Time. So we're just going to keep it moving, and we're going to keep it moving right through Dex's BS report too. So let's go to seats. It's like no time, just like
I got some good ones. I'll be quick though. So in Florida, our favorite place to go, there was an investigation. Police had killed a man in Florida, and they were looking to figure out some more things surrounding his death. So they went to the funeral home while the man was there and tried to use the man's finger to unlock his iPhone to erase equipment from the iPhone. When the man's wife saw them, the officers there, she was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" And they were like, "Well, he has some footage in here that we want to take care of. We just need to get it unlocked." So they were trying to use the man's dead finger to unlock his iPhone so that they can delete footage, probably footage of them killing him, but that's neither here nor there. Moving on. In France, there is
like what?
Could you? Does that surprise you at all? Though, first off, it's Florida. Second off, it's police officer.
Why does everything happen in Florida? But that's so stupid. I don't even think the finger thing will work because you have to have.
It probably wouldn't work.
A pulse, yeah.
Well, apparently it's not illegal to do that either. Like detectives,
but it wouldn't work. Like it wouldn't work.
Well, I'm just saying, like they were saying, like when they were saying, like the woman was saying, like this is illegal. You can't do this to him. Like don't do this. And they're like, well, he's not. Well, well, he's not protesting it. That's what to the wife of the deceased.
Now, what if they got the wrong finger? Like, what if they like chopped off one of the fingers and take it back in evidence so they could always have it with them to unlock the phone? And
I mean, once
you got erasure, good to go. That would even work. Like, whatever.
Moves like your pinky.
Like a dead finger would be like hitting it with a stick.
Sorry, Dex. Sorry.
In France, they have decided to outlaw using meat substitutes in vegan meals in the description. So basically, if you want to eat like vegan steak or vegan chicken or anything like that, you can still do it, but supermarkets are no longer allowed to name it that because if it doesn't contain real meat, they're saying like you can't say it. You can't call it vegan chicken. You have to find another name for it because it's not chicken or steak and beef and pork and all that kind of stuff like that as well.
Call it tofu steak.
You can't call it a steak.
Call it tofu mix.
Yes, you can do something like that, but you can't call it anything that actually has something to do with meat anymore in France. And they were talking about bringing it up.
Processed tofu.
What'd you say?
Call it processed food.
Or you could just call it, better food that you don't have to wash before you eat.
Food that gives you breast.
Food that doesn't bleed.
You said it gives you breast? Oh, it do give you breast because you get estrogen.
Oh, I know. And the final story of the day is...
You're going to be up there looking like Kim Kardashian, Dex.
And the final story of the day, there is a man who was inspired by Drake's God's Plan video. He decided to go into his local Walmart and he found a couple people. He wanted to help them out. He decided to have these families like pick up whatever they wanted out of the store because he was in a giving mood. He found a total of 50 different families and they just piled up stuff in their grocery carts and their shopping carts because they were told to do that. They all lined up at the different cash registers and then the man disappeared. And that has been Texas BS Report for the week.
That is so damn rude. That's hilarious, though.
That's funny, though.
It's a great story. I hope we get more stories like that.
That's like amazing to do.
Coming around Christmas season. That would be phenomenal.
No, you better not do that to nobody around Christmas.
Because I would have been like, no, thank you. Like, no, I handle it. I wouldn't trust that person. Like, who the hell are you? Like, if I see Drake doing it, that's one thing. Like, we know who that is. That's some rich guy. Like, who's this?
Time for seats. Ty.
Seats. This is the time. Am I supposed to like introduce William's segment?
Yeah. We all rotate.
I like when Dex did it. Like he gave the whole history and everything.
You better stop. I wouldn't want to take that boy's job. Seats is a part of the show that we like to give people who try us during the week. Like if you piss us off, like we have to seat you because you need to take a breather, take some time, get yourself together, and then next week we can continue on. I actually have a quick seat this week. I don't know who this seat is for. It's just for the day, whatever. So last Sunday, I was invited to a birthday dinner in Center City. I literally hate going to Center City because I hate driving in Center City because it's stupid. And it was a group dinner. I generally don't love going to group dinners either. So the first thing I did, I was like, you know what? Let me go to the bank so I can grab cash out so I can have cash for parking and cash to pay for, my dinner. So I go to the bank and the ATM machine is out of service. I'm like, how the hell is the ATM machine out of service on a Sunday? Whatever. So it's like, oh, now I have to go to the bank in the city. So I drive to the city. I go to like park at the one bank. There's a police officer there. So I'm like, obviously you can't park here because he's going to give you a ticket. So then I'm circling around the block in Center City, which is always crowded and always stupid and always annoying, looking for a TD bank. And I could not find one. So finally I'm like, forget it. I'll just pay with my card, which I really hate doing during group dinners. But at this point, you know how like something is bad, so you're just pissed off at everybody and everything. I'm like, this is so stupid. Why did you have to celebrate your birthday in the city? Why do you want to invite me to a group? I'm just pissed. I'm like pissed about everything, whatever. So I finally find the place or whatever, and I park there. How about there's a damn TD Bank across the street from the place? So like I'm literally like driving around cursing and pissed off. You know how you gotta roll your window down because you're so damn mad or whatever. all of that was going on, and then I'm like, oh, it's right there. Okay. Right there. So I guess to see this for me because I'm so stupid.
My seat's going to go to the major news networks that are congratulating Melania Trump on hosting this little dinner that she's got, this state dinner or whatever that's coming up. They act like this is this girl's crowning achievement, and I understand that the first ladies are traditionally tasked with planning that dinner, but they're making it seem like Melania Trump has been shrouded in mystery and seclusion, and that she has been one of the classiest first ladies of all time because she has rarely spoken. The reason she's rarely spoken is because she doesn't know much English, and I just want people to stop acting like the fact that she's quiet means that she's not aligning with Trump, and that means that she's not aligning with the policies that he has made. And if she's not, then she needs to get out of the office. So let's just stop trying to crown Melania Trump as being this sovereign citizen when it comes to Donald Trump and being her own sovereign person when she was belong for much of the shit show, and she's still helping to power it today. There we go.
I have a follow-up question for Dex.
What'd you say, Dex?
Is that her and Kanye West?
Yeah, one thing, I mean, this Melania Trump stuff is really annoying. I think they think she's so classy because she doesn't speak, and I think that in itself is very nice. Like, and 1, 2, what is her like first lady campaign?
Ironically, she wanted to do something with cyberbullying.
Past tense? What happened to it?
I mean, you can't do nothing with cyberbullying when your husband is a freaking cyberbully. Like, that doesn't make sense.
The biggest cyberbully. Like, what are you going
to do? He's like the biggest cyberbully in the world, but I think that would be a good thing.
But she has to start with him. I don't think that's going to work out. 1
and 2, did they arrest that God's plan man?
They didn't find him.
Oh, okay.
Well, you said they got a picture of him, don't you?
They did have a picture of him, yeah.
That's from a past arrest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, wait a minute.
You can't arrest people. What you want to arrest them for?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, I saw the picture, and I'm like, you can't arrest him for that. I can tell people whatever I want to tell them. That's their fault.
I bet you won't do it this weekend.
That would be funny. All right, guys, got any more seats? Ty, you good?
Yeah, sometimes when I have seats, they're like, they put my job in jeopardy, so I have to not get them. So I don't want people to think that people never try me, because they do. And they do it often. I just, sometimes it's related to like private stuff, so I can't. So unfortunately, I do have a seat. I have been tried. So if you ever hear us, like our seat, and you pray for us, please always include me, because I get tried daily.
Okay. We will keep you up in our prayers.
Thank you.
Don't forget to listen to the podcast. It's going to drop tomorrow, hopefully. Throwback Thursday. One Crush Wednesday, is tomorrow. Throwback Thursday. It's Thursday, of course. And Dex, I think we're going to debut something special on Friday. So.
And also Sunday is Q&A Sunday.
Q&A Sunday. Okay, cool. I like it. All right. Keep building your prayers. We still don't know where he's at, so keep him lifted, and we hope everything's all right. For Dex, for Ty, my name is Jay.
Really quick. Sorry.
Dex,
I just have to say really quickly, thank you guys so much, everyone who's been like giving us like so much support and everything, and also. Absolutely. Why you guys are in the business of supporting us. I just did a podcast with Patty Jackson of WDAS in Philadelphia. It's called Patty and the Millennials. So if you search Bro Talk, if you like Bro Talk, like check that out. This past week we did one on dating and like should men propose, and also should men pay for the first date. It's a really fun podcast. I'll be on again sometime like in this month or next month or whatever. And it's fun. I'm the first guy to ever do the podcast. So like if you guys are into podcasts and you know Patty Jackson, it's a good podcast. Listen to it.
Come on, Pioneer.
Please do, right after Bro Talk.
After you listen to Bro Talk, of course.
We appreciate everybody that participates in the voting on the pages. And don't forget, merch is on the store. So brotalklive.com for that. For Dex, for Ty, my name is Jay.
Wait, I was going to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
Jesus. One thing we never acknowledge is that we always get a lot of questions every week. And so like, I kind of appreciate that you guys care about our advice. So shout out to everyone who has ever sent us a question since 2013. Is that how long we've been doing the show? 14, 13?
Yep.
Like we're never short of you guys asking us questions, even the ones that we don't answer. because we couldn't get to them. We appreciate y'all.
All right. Are all hearts and minds clear? I'll ask this time.
Yes, they are clear. Thank you.
Yes, and go Sixers. They won tonight.
Hey.
For Dex, for Ty, my name is Jay. Bro Talk Live. We out.